escape burns deep inside my heart. This is not the end, it's a brand new start. Right in the store. Right in the store. Yeah!
Oh my goodness! That had to be the lamest. That had to be the most uneventful. That had to be the most boring. Boring brawl I've ever seen. But that RKO to jelly roll, man, that was long overdue, huh? I feel like I need a shirt that says boring on it. It's a new thing, huh? God, this show sucks, chat. This show sucks. I'm sorry. This show sucks! It is so bad. It is so bad. Like Trick Williams says, let's talk about it. We're going to the venue, man. You know what? I'm extending happy hour because after a show like tonight, we're gonna need an extra beverage. So, when I walk through those doors on this Friday night, all I want to know is, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post-show for March 27th, 2026. I'm your host, Jade from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Friday evening, wherever you may be tonight. Powered by SeatGeek. We are sponsored tonight by SeatGeek. Download the SeatGeek app and use that promo code JD from NY10 for 10% off your next concert-going experience. Because I don't urge anybody to go to a WWE event. Not with the way these shows are looking. Chad, how are we feeling tonight, man? How you guys feeling tonight? We just sat through 3 hours of SmackDown, and all I have to say is boring! Need some WD-40 for my Elgato mic arm. What is this shit, man? What? A fucking haunted house in here, man. What the fuck? Can't be any more haunted and scary than SmackDown. Bro, this show sucks. This show was awful. I'm sorry. How does anybody, and I'm speaking directly to WWE, how does anybody that willingly accepts a paycheck from the higher powers there, the powers that be, how does anybody there that accepts a paycheck from the powers that be in WWE, you're on this writing team, and then you look at this show from top to bottom, how these people can justify spending 3 hours to watch this shit on a Friday night every single week is absolute fucking peak comedy. Peak comedy. Bro, we are 20 days away from WrestleMania. 20 days away from WrestleMania. This show did absolutely nothing to add a layer of excitement to WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. Zero. Not to say that the entire show was bad. You got your usual suspects. Carmelo Hayes is fucking great. Sami Zayn is great. Randy Orton largely has been great. Drew McIntyre's great. But outside those names, chat, what exactly is this show offering the viewer? That tag team title situation in the women's division is fucking deplorable. It is awful. It is awful. I don't know how anybody looks at this and thinks, yeah, man, this is good television. Bro, did anybody watch that Charlexa and Bella Twins match? I don't know how anybody watches that and justifies it being on television for as long as it was. Then we get Nia and Lash Legend, which completely makes everybody reach for the remote control and put on opening night of baseball, man, on Friday night. Braves won 6-0, by the way. Awful. Awful television. Tiffany Stratton and Julia. 1 week it's the United States Championship match. The next week it's an untitled United States Championship match. Okay, man. Get your shit together, man. What are we doing during WrestleMania season? You don't know what the fuck is on. You don't know what the fuck is off. You don't know which way's up. You don't know which way's down. What the fuck are we doing? Plans changing this WrestleMania season more times than the fucking Big Show turning heel. Bro, you could hear a fucking legitimate pin hit the floor in the PPG Paints Arena during this Tiffany Stratton and Julia non-title match. You're going to get me to start saying tacky time. She is awful as a babyface, bro. I'm sorry. Tiffany as a babyface has been fucking something that has run its course, bro. Run its course. I don't know what we got to do. I don't know where we got to go. Get that woman some serious change to her character, man. Awful. The big thing that happened tonight was Randy Orton. Who was going to be Randy Orton's next victim? He destroyed Matt Cardona last week after they called him basically a mark, an indie mark who plays with toys. An indie stooge, or what do they call him? A mark-ass stooge. Someone who goes and plays with his action figures. They did the spot last week where Randy Orton Pillmanized Matt Cardona's arm. Matt Cardona has a friendship with Cody Rhodes. Obviously, they're playing up the fact that Randy Orton is going and basically doing whatever Cody Rhodes had requested he does going into WrestleMania. He wants to see the old Randy Orton. He wants the Viper showing up at WrestleMania. So we get the angle last week, and then the angle before that, which I thought was largely great, where Randy Orton brutalized Cody Rhodes. Everything they've done up until this point has been really, really good stuff. Obviously, the attack on Cody was a lot better than the attack on Matt Cardona because Cody's the WWE champion and Matt Cardona is just an undercard loser on Friday Night SmackDown. I don't like saying that because I'm a big fan of Matt's work, but WWE has him and now he's a loser. So this week, Matt Cardona's looking for revenge. It remains consistent with what the week-to-week television has been doing. Cody Rhodes is not in the building. We don't know where Cody is. We don't know when Cody's showing up, how he's doing, how he's feeling, what he looks like. We don't have a clue. He's been on television now for 2 weeks. So Matt Cardona wants revenge. Randy Orton comes out to start the show. Matt Cardona comes out, interrupts Randy Orton, punches Randy Orton down. A match is made for the main event because he's looking for revenge after Randy Orton Pillmanized his arm. And that's basically the string of events that has taken us from the beginning all the way up until the end. The match between Randy Orton and Matt Cardona obviously meant nothing. Another meaningless television match to get us to the post-match, which saw one of the worst brawls in recent memory. I want to try my best to lay this out for you, chat, because I was watching completely dumbfounded at how awful this was. So, Matt Cardona takes an RKO. Randy Orton wins. Referee raises Randy Orton's hand. And then on the big screen, you see the American Nightmare tour bus roll on in. Thanks for showing up, Cody, after 3 hours of fucking SmackDown was live already on the USA Network. So bad Cody Rhodes don't even want to be on Friday night. Shows up legitimately at 10:49, chat. The time is important. The bus rolls in at 10:49 Eastern. Cody Rhodes gets out of his tour bus. He's got this angry scowl look on his face. What do you think WWE does after that? Any questions? Anybody want to take a stab at it? Like I'm a teacher in high school, man. Yeah, the kid in the back of the class. I see your hand raised. Not going to pick the geek in the front row because they always want to show off for the teacher. The kid in the back of the venue, man. What's your name? Billy. Not Billy Bomb. Apparently there's another Billy. Billy, what did they do? Commercial. They went to fucking commercial. They went to commercial. I thought the show was going to get better with Road Dogg being gone, Billy. Listen, man, I don't know what to fucking tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Chat, they went to fucking commercial. Cody Rhodes got brutalized 2 weeks ago. He walks off the tour bus and he walks into the arena, through the arena, out to the ringside area. Bro, this was not a man looking for revenge. This was not a man hell-bent on bloodying Randy Orton after Randy Orton bludgeoned him 2 weeks ago. Sat in the middle of the ring with his championship title, fantasizing about number 15. Now, this was a man who got shortchanged at the ice cream shop while he bought his daughter a vanilla ice cream cone. I never seen somebody walk into a building so nonchalantly after getting bloodied 2 weeks ago. Bro, I wasn't sure if Cody was looking for revenge on Randy Orton or if he was walking up to the buffet to grab a couple of fucking slices of chicken cutlet. What the fuck was he doing? What was he doing? And then, we go to commercial. He's walking through the fucking building through a fucking commercial. Of all the times you had in 3 hours to take a commercial, you want to take a commercial and give me Cody walking through the building as if he's out late night walking with Brandy down by the pond. Then we get into the ring. And all they are doing, I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. Gets in the ring, he punches Randy Orton. Randy Orton's punching Cody Rhodes back. There's no color, there's no blood, there's no intensity, there's no viciousness. We get, and I kid you not, there's like 40 fucking referees and 40 officials out there trying to pull these guys apart. And every time they are pulled apart, chat, you hear the PPG Paints Arena, boo, boo, they're booing. And then they jump at each other and everybody starts cheering again. Yeah, look, we got a big brawl going on. And then they get pulled apart again. Boo, bro. Referees and officials go flying over the announce desk because that's WWE's MO. They get back in the ring. These guys are kept at bay. Jelly Roll gets into the ring. He has a few choice words for Randy Orton. He goes over to Cody Rhodes. They have Jelly Roll mediating this thing, trying to get involved. Calm down. I'm afraid of both of you guys. Randy Orton starts punching away at the referees in his corner, goes over to Jelly Roll, kicks him in the nuts, and delivers a terrible-looking RKO, but an RKO nonetheless, and the show goes off the air with RKO to Jelly Roll as Randy Orton is smiling after he finally leaves the ring. Bro, this was the worst fucking brawl in recent memory. The lamest fucking brawl in recent memory. I don't know how anybody there looks at this and doesn't laugh at the comedy that they booked for us 2 weeks before WrestleMania. How do you look at that and go back and go out for a drink tonight and pat each other on the back? Yeah, man, that was a well-written show, man. That was a great show, man. We are so great at what we do. It sucks. It's fucking terrible. It is terrible. Terrible, terrible television. terrible, terrible, terrible television. You bloody Cody Rhodes up. Great heel turn. Soft heel turn. Heel turn nonetheless, but very, very soft. Because they're chanting one more time, one more time. They beat up Matt Cardona. And then they give us this. Does this get anybody excited for WrestleMania? You know, WWE needs to take a long, hard look at the way they've been operating. WrestleMania, we knew then, last year. What do? They make the same fucking mistake this year. We knew after 1 year, maybe we don't need WrestleMania to take place in the third week of fucking April. WrestleMania should be next weekend. These extra weeks of television are doing absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, for the overall health of this product for WrestleMania season. They have an extra 2 weeks to basically do nothing, which in turn gives us an extra 2 weeks of terrible television. This is a company that isn't creative. This is a company that doesn't have good ideas. This is a company that they feel like they can do very little and get the same amount of ticket sales and revenue and money for the fucking little effort that they're putting in. You want to give them an extra 2 weeks to basically do nothing. Meanwhile, still generating the same amount of revenue for a show like this. A terrible show at that. WrestleMania needs to go back to the first week of April or the last week of March. That's what they need to do. You do not give these people any more time to create terrible television because they don't know what the fuck they are doing. This was a deplorable brawl. I've never seen anything so fucking lame in my entire life. Bro, everybody wanted Cody Rhodes to go away then. You want Cody Rhodes to do what he did tonight, gingerly strolling through the backstage area. Like he knew there was the last piece of cheesecake waiting for him after the whole fucking roster had a slice throughout the 3 hours of this show. Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it. Apollo Crews saved my slice for me. I ain't in no rush. Everybody wanted him to lose then. How do you look at Cody Rhodes and cheer for that man after something like you saw tonight? I don't know what to tell you, chat. I don't know what to tell you. We're going to go over this. We're going to go over this the best we can. We're going to calm down. We're going to go over this show from top to bottom, give you guys the good, the bad, and the very, very ugly tonight, right here on the SmackDown post show for your Friday, March 27, 2026. Tonight, we are sponsored by my great friends over at SeatGeek. Download the SeatGeek app and use that promo code JD from NY10 to save 10% off your purchase. And please, make sure it's a great concert or a comedy show. WWE nowadays doesn't even deserve your money, but regardless, 10% off your first purchase. I want to thank SeatGeek tonight for sponsoring the show right here on Off the Script. All right, guys, WrestleMania season is officially here, and this is my favorite time of the year to be a pro wrestling fan. WWE is loading up Boston, New York, and all the big markets, and the road to WrestleMania is right now. It feels like every show matters. Every promo, every match, everything is building to that one massive weekend. And I'm telling you right now, watching it at home is great, but being there live, that's a completely different experience. There is nothing like the energy of a WWE crowd when something crazy happens. When a return hits, when a big finish goes down, when the crowd just explodes. You don't get that the same way through a screen. And honestly, this isn't just wrestling for me either. I was just in Atlantic City for Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen. That's Wolfgang Van Halen's band. And the show was insane. The crowd, the sound, the entire atmosphere. It reminded me exactly of why I always try to get out there and go to a live event whenever I can. And of course, I got my tickets through SeatGeek. I've been using SeatGeek for a while now, and the biggest thing for me is how easy they make everything. When you're looking for tickets, they actually rate every single seat on a scale from 0 to 10. So right away, you know if you're getting a great deal or if something is just not worth it. There's no guessing, there's no digging through a million listings. It's all right there for you. And one of my favorite features, you can actually see the view from your seat before you buy. So if you're trying to get close to the ring for the WWE, or you just want that perfect angle for the concert, you know exactly what you're walking into before you hit purchase. That is huge. Because the last thing you want is to show up and realize that you're staring at a pillar all night. So whether you're hitting the WWE in New York, or Boston, or anywhere on the road to WrestleMania, or you're going to a concert, a game, whatever it may be, SeatGeek is the way to go. So do me a favor, download the SeatGeek app and use promo code JD from NY10 for 10% off your order. Once again, that's code JD from NY10 for 10% off your order. And trust me, if WrestleMania season is happening in your city, you want to be in that building. Because moments like that, you just don't watch them, you feel them. I want to thank SeatGeek once again for sponsoring us tonight right here on Off the Script. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Go check out all the great content on the channel, man. We were rocking and rolling again this week. It's the final full week of the month of March. Very good March we had. Monday, we were live from Monday Night Raw. Tuesday is a big day now and moving forward. Tuesday morning with the coach, Jonathan Coachman, on the 2 count. Go check that out. And then Tuesday night is your main event. The best two-man show in the entire business. Tuesday Night Titans with the Solomons. So go and check that out. Wednesday, Jesse and I were live to cover a very boring episode of Dynamite. Tonight, we're live for the Friday Night SmackDown post, and if there is any notable news, I will have you guys covered in the subscription boxes on YouTube. I will get you guys the news when I can. Right now, there's nothing going on that is worth my time at all. A lot of little things, nothing juicy, nothing big. So go check all that stuff out. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Super chats are open. That's the best way to support what we do here. Any questions, comments, and concerns, we will hang out at the end of the show. Hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 750 likes. Leave a comment as well. Leaving a thumbs up and leaving a comment helps us out in the YouTube algorithm, so make sure you guys go and do that. Shout out to all my audio listeners on iTunes, Spotify, and beyond. You guys are killing it. I think last check we were number 20 on the iTunes Pro Wrestling charts for pro wrestling podcasts here in the United States. So thank you guys very much. You guys continue to kill it over there. Everything you guys do over there, from listening to commenting to rating, helps us out tremendously. So keep that energy up. I love it. For everybody that's been asking me what the name of this song is, okay? I now have the official word that Fire Ablaze, the artist of this song, Lonely Nights, and the album in which this song is on, is now officially on Spotify. All you have to do is go to Spotify and type in the search bar Fire Ablaze, and it'll come up. You're welcome. It's also in the Off the Script banger playlist that I have down below. which some people don't realize is there, but I do have our playlist down below in the description. So if you guys want the music or you want to listen to the music that I play on the show, it's all in the playlist down below. There are even songs there that I wish I could play that I can't play as bonuses for you guys. So there you go. And again, SeatGeek, make sure you guys go and check out SeatGeek. Download the app. JD from NY10, 10% off your purchase over at SeatGeek. I want to thank them for sponsoring the podcast right here on OTS. Let's start things off here on this Friday night. I'm going to try and get you guys out of here in a very timely fashion because, to be quite honest with you, this show, there was a lot of nothing on this show. A lot of nothing. So we start things off with Randy Orton. We got a video package of Randy Orton attacking Matt Cardona. And we got a video package of Randy Orton explaining that the smile he put on kids' faces was the emptiest feeling he's ever had, and he wants his legacy to be about number 15 and all the championships that came before. Then they played back Orton saying Cody Rhodes made the decision easy for him to be the person he needed to be in order to beat Cody when Cody told him he expects to face the man with the voices in his head. Then they showed the Orton-Matt Cardona segment where he called him an indie nerd and a mark-ass stooge who plays with action figures. Then they showed the Jelly Roll interactions. Then they showed the Orton attack that closed last week's show where Orton Pillmanized Matt Cardona's arm with the steel chair. So Orton's in the ring now. He said 2 weeks ago he stood in the ring next to Cody, who looked him in the eye and told him he needed to be the best version of himself that he could be. He said he then went on to say the fans want that too. So obviously the fans are cheering because everybody loves bloodshed in the WWE universe. He said Cody said he wanted him to be the Viper and to listen to the voices in his head. He says he's shut them out a long, long time ago. He said for the past few years, he was thinking a lot about number 15 and the legacy that he wants to leave behind when he is completely finished. He said out of nowhere, Cody gave him his blessing. He said now that he's listening to those voices in his head again, he needed to let everyone know he can't be held responsible for what happens next. He says it's the voices outside of his head that is the problem, including the fans. He said there is one person's voice who he is listening to. I'm assuming that he is alluding to the man on the other side of his phone calls lately. Who that will be, I don't know. I thought we were going to get a clue. Or maybe some sort of mini reveal. But Matt Cardona clearly hates us and interrupted Randy Orton right as he was talking about the mystery man on the phone. You know, he could have waited. He could have waited. Orton then starts yelling for Matt Cardona's music to be cut. And he told Cardona that he's lucky he still has a job in this place. He just got here. Fucking guy just got here, man. Less than a year, he's already getting comments of, "You're lucky you still have a job here, pal." He asked if he had something to say to his face. Cardona said nothing, and he punched Randy Orton down with the microphone. Crowd barely reacted. There were chants of Randy, though. It's basically the opening of Friday Night SmackDown. They showed Orton on the outside selling the punch from Matt Cardona, and Matt Cardona in the ring telling him to get in the ring. He wants to fight. Okay. I'm a Matt Cardona guy. actually went to bat for Matt Cardona after they called him a fucking mark-ass stooge indie nerd who plays with action figures. It's kind of a low blow. It is WWE after all, and they mock everybody who has any sort of success. Unless you're Cody Rhodes, obviously, or Drew McIntyre. No, but Matt Cardona, I mean, he went on to go do great things. He followed the Cody Rhodes blueprint of how to be successful in life after WWE. He's made it known every year since he's been gone. I want to go back. He worked his ass off to get back. He busted his ass. Deathmatch King, the indie god, working everywhere, multiple times a night, getting yourself out there. Made more money in 6 years than he made in WWE. He was the king of the independents. He was the most desirable and sought after talent on the entire indie circuit for 6 years. He goes back, and he's automatically thrusted right into catering. He's hanging out with Axiom and Apollo Crews and all the other people that don't get television time. That was a glaring sight to behold. You know, you are who you hang around with. WWE automatically put him with fucking the catering VIPs. Now they got Randy Orton going out on television, reciting lines written by somebody, calling him a mark-ass stooge indie nerd who plays with toys. Instead of appreciating what Matt Cardona did on the independents, they absolutely buried Matt Cardona in the last 2 weeks. Says a lot about what they think about Matt Cardona and the work that he's done to get back to the place that he never wanted to leave in the first place. WWE will openly mock you and make fun of you and beat you down because you thought that you were better off without them. And now that you're back, now you're a slave to the machine once again. Slave to his master. As long as he's making that money, though, and he gets to travel the world with his wife. This opening did nothing to build off anything that happened last week. Nick Aldis. He was speaking with a referee off microphone. Trick Williams walked up to him. Aldis tells Trick that he's been very impressed with Trick, and the fans seem to be as well. He says he is awarding him the ultimate spot in this business, a match at WrestleMania. Trick says he has to call his family. He's got to call Lash. He's got to tell somebody. In walks Sami Zayn. Tricky immediately tells Sami Zayn, I'm going to WrestleMania. Let's talk about it. Sami asked if that's true. Nick Aldis said, yes, it is true. Sami asked what it takes to be a part of WrestleMania. Aldis says Sami's a major asset to the SmackDown brand. He's a major asset to WrestleMania, but he hasn't been winning. He said unless something changes, he doesn't have a spot for him. This is prime real estate. Something that we've been saying for the last several years. You just can't ask. You got to earn it. You can't just give it to everybody. You should only reserve it for the best. Sami's one of the best. But he hasn't been in anything major lately. He is still the most intriguing character that they have on television, though. Which way is he going to swing? Is he going to snap? People thought he was going to go heel. I don't know what a heel Sami Zayn would look like in 2026, but some people thought he was going to go heel. So, Trick said, better luck next year, I guess. See you soon. So Trick is asking how many comps he can get for his family for WrestleMania. The camera stayed with Sami. He's walking away. So you see Trick and hear Trick in the background talking to Nick Aldis. Sami stops, and he has some sort of light bulb go off in his head. He's got this epiphany. He stops. He's thinking. He's got the thinking face on. Sami then turns around, punched Trick in the face, knocked him down. Aldis held Sami back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing? Sami tells Nick Aldis, I'm going to have a match at WrestleMania. You just watch. Now, I didn't know what they were planning to do tonight. But the one thing that I did think of is he going to answer the open challenge for Carmelo Hayes and the United States Championship? The only other way he could get on the WrestleMania card. They didn't really leave him many options to go out there and explore. So he punched Trick down, told Nick Aldis he's going to see him at WrestleMania, and that was the last of the segment. Randy Orton was in a rage, yelling at Nick Aldis. He demands a match with Matt Cardona after frantically looking for him after the opening segment. He wants him tonight. Aldis said his arm is injured. Orton says if he doesn't make the match, the voices will take over and something real bad is going to happen. Aldis eventually said yes, gave him the match, but he had to go cool off somewhere on his own in the meantime before the main event. The Bella Twins. Tag team match here with Charlotte Flair and Little Miss Bliss. Match went 9 minutes. This was 9 minutes more than we really needed to see. You know, WWE's been pushing these tag team titles, or the narrative of the tag team titles in the women's division, since, I don't know, a little bit after Survivor Series, around Survivor Series time. Really started to pick up steam around Survivor Series with War Games. We get through Survivor Series. We go all December. Women's tag team wrestling is at the forefront of WWE television. It basically dominated WWE television all through December, even on into January. I didn't know why WWE was so hell-bent on now all of a sudden getting behind the women's tag team titles when they've largely been irrelevant for the last 7-8 years. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at the start of the new year. You had Rhea and Io. You had Charlexa. You had the Kabuki Warriors. You had Bayley and Lyra. You had some really great teams there. Some really great teams. Julia and Kiana. WWE had some really good competitive matches. And then all of a sudden, Rhea and Io lost the tag team championships. And then WWE puts them on Nia Jax and Lash Legend. And usually we say it's the champion that makes the championships. It's not the championships that make the champion. You got to be a special kind of talent to make the championship you are holding. I will always, always, always be of that belief. Ever since they put the belt on Lash Legend and Nia Jax, the division has gone to utter dog shit. Everything is meaningless. Everything is irrelevant. Everything is sloppy. Everything is just so fucking poor. It is poor. Stories suck. The matches suck. Everything just sucks. Now you're without Rhea and Io, who were the top tag team. Not really a team, but they were the two biggest stars you had operating in the division. And now you're left with the Bella Twins. So what WWE did is they used Rhea and Io to enhance everybody else around them. And then when you needed to split them up, because let's be honest, they were too big to keep in a tag team going into WrestleMania season, when you obviously split your only non-team, which was operating as a team but not, away and put them separately on both shows, that's when you saw the division go to shit. Unless you were going to replace Rhea and Io with another star-studded duo, it was never going to work. Who did they replace Rhea and Io with, chat? The Bella Twins. They replaced them with the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins who nobody gives a shit about. The Bella Twins who nobody wants to see on television. The Bella Twins, who will more than likely win the Women's Tag Team Championships because this will be the final run of their career. And it is going to be a token victory with little to zero meaning. But you want me to sit there and take the Women's Tag Team Championships and its division seriously? Why? There's no story. There's not a single captivating character that I genuinely care about. This is some of the worst television across all three shows on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night. This was difficult to sit through. Difficult. We'll pick it up after the commercial break. Because what we want on our Friday night's chat is watching Brie and Nikki Bella execute submission holds on Friday Night SmackDown. So, right before the commercial, the Bellas took advantage. They attacked Bliss. They had her trapped behind the apron. We go into commercial. We come back from the commercial. Bliss fought out. Brie takes her back into the Bella's corner where Nikki tagged in. Bliss rolled out of the way to try and tag Charlotte. She was dropped by a spinebuster. After a little back and forth, Flair comes in, gets the hot tag, takes both Nikki and Brie down. Big crossbody. She then hit Nikki and Brie with her signature chops. And then that float over clothesline that she does. Woo! Flair took time out of the match to go taunt Nia and Lash, who were sitting at ringside. So the Bellas come back. They isolated Bliss with a version of their heart attack. Taking a page out of the Heart Foundation's book, which, I mean, good, I guess. If you're going to watch tag team wrestling and study tag team wrestling, no better team than the Heart Foundation. Flair broke up the count before Nikki threw her out of the ring. So all of a sudden, Lash Legend, I don't know who the referee was for this match. It was one of the female officials. Bro, Lash Legend's on the outside. She gets up. She starts sauntering around. When I tell you that one of the Bellas, I don't even remember who, sent Alexa into the ropes. It looks so fucking sloppy and just fucking cumbersome. Bro, she went into the ropes. The referee was legitimately looking at Alexa the entire fucking time. And Lash Legend gets on the apron and punches Bliss in the face. The referee saw all of this go around. Bliss gets knocked out. Brie covers Alexa, and 1, 2, 3. The Bellas win. After the match, the irresistible forces, they get into the ring. They waste everyone in the ring. Bayley and Lyra come on out. They have a tag team title match on Monday Night Raw, live at Madison Square Garden. Bayley and Lyra take it to Nia and Lash, and they force the irresistible forces out of the ring. Obviously, they have help from the Bellas and Charlexa, And then Charlotte shoves one of the Bellas down to the ground in anger and frustration. I'm going to say this as calmly and as bluntly as possible. Nobody, and I mean nobody with a functioning brain, cares to see the Bella twins in the tag team title situation, let alone winning the tag team titles at WrestleMania. If you want whatever WrestleMania is going to present to you, if you want your get up and go take a shit match, get up and go get yourself another beer match, get up and go get yourself another serving of fucking boneless chicken wings match, go up and get up and fucking go get a coffee or clean the cat litter or go change the laundry and put it in the fucking dryer, go take the trash out, legitimately go and do anything else. If you're looking for that match at WrestleMania, this is it. This is it. I don't know how anybody in that company can genuinely think this is good television. Awful. Legitimately awful in every sense of the word. The tag team titles do not even belong on the WrestleMania card. I don't give a fuck who's in the hunt. With the proper television, maybe. But what we've been given? Any inclusion of all 8 of these women on that show will actively bring the grade for WrestleMania down. It'll make WrestleMania worse. Mark my words. Anything that Nia Jax attaches her name to is complete shit. Now she's got Lash Legend with her, who's not good in her own right yet. I don't want to write her off already. She's not even there fucking 6 months yet. But pairing her with Nia, everybody's like, oh man, this is a great move. She's going to get some great heat. Bro, this is actively bringing Lash down. Awful. Damian Priest found R-Truth wearing a vest and talking with a construction worker. Truth thought that the Judgment Day was back as Jelly Roll showed up and was immediately, I think he called him Dominic Mysterio. R-Truth called Jelly Roll Dominic Mysterio. Rhea Ripley then showed up, which led to Truth assuming that Dominic and Mommy were back. Jelly motivated Rhea Ripley about her chances against Jade Cargill at What is Jelly Roll, the fucking locker room therapist now? Jelly and Truth left. Ripley congratulated Priest on his tag team title win before heading to take care of Jade Cargill out in the ring. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, they argued with the Bella Twins after the match that they just had. The Bellas stated that they would do whatever they can to become the tag team champions, and there's nothing that Charlotte and Alexa can do about it. Ooh. Oh, man. Rhea Ripley. She comes on out. She's dressed in wrestling attire. I thought she was going to have a match. That's why she was out there in wrestling gear. So she comes on out. We see clips right before she speaks of Jade Cargill joining forces with B-Fab and Michin. They attacked Rhea Ripley last week. Rhea Ripley said she didn't expect integrity from Jade whatsoever. She said she didn't expect Michin and B-Fab to be so desperate that they would have to sink down to Jade's level. She said it's fine because it's WrestleMania season. So she invited all 3 of them to the ring. So Jade, B-Fab, and Michin walked onto the stage. And before I get into this segment, I feel like I do a very good job here. I think you guys feel like I do a very good job here. This is where my one compliment will come in. I thought that B-Fab handled herself very well on the microphone. I thought she actually sounded better than Jade and Rhea on the microphone. Just throwing that out there. I thought Mia Yim also handled herself well on the microphone. When Mia Yim spoke, you could legitimately hear the real-life frustration of working her ass off for the last X amount of years and not having really anything to show for it. So I thought that both of them actually sounded very good tonight. Let me throw that out there. Oh, but JD was always so negative, man. Proving the detractors wrong every single time, huh? There you go. So B-Fab starts talking. Fans are automatically booing, so she's getting some heel heat here in Pittsburgh. Ripley egged her on and kind of exacerbated the situation. She's like, I can't hear you. They're too loud here in Pittsburgh. So they start booing louder at B-Fab, which is good. Rhea knew the operation. So Michin said she's been grinding for decades, just like Rhea Ripley. She complained that Rhea Ripley gets all of the love and the attention. Facts. This is factual information. B-Fab said they jumped at the opportunity to join Jade because with her, what you see is what you get. Jade said Ripley is going to learn tonight. So Jade said Ripley is a guest on SmackDown. You don't even go here. Like, this is not even your show. You're a guest on my show. Which is true because she's a Raw superstar who won the Royal Rumble and now is challenging a SmackDown star because, let's be real, there was no real stars on Friday Night SmackDown. That WWE, outside Charlotte, of course, no real stars on Friday Night SmackDown that could challenge Jade in a meaningful match. I still think that Jade versus Charlotte was the right way to go and Rhea versus Io was the way to go and put the Kabuki Warriors in the tag team title situation. But it all's going to work out, man. We're getting Rhea and Jade. We're getting Io and Asuka. It'll work out. It'll work out. It's not as gloomy as I thought it was going to be. This match may be gloomy, but the fact that we're getting Io and Asuka potentially, sign me up. So they said they already spoke to Nick Aldis, and B-Fab has a match against her. Wow, man. Shocking. I said this week legitimately on the 2 count with Coachman. Sure, they put Jade with 2 losers. We are to believe that now all of a sudden, because Michin and B-Fab, they are with the champion, that they're automatically going to become fucking some sort of winners here. Bro, the only reason why they put them together with Jade Cargill is because they have 2 weeks to go, and it gives Rhea Ripley some match or matches on the way to WrestleMania. This is fresh meat for Rhea to beat. It's basically what it's going to boil down to. So she called for a referee. Let's get the party started. And that's basically how we get Rhea Ripley versus B-Fab, which honestly, it wasn't even a match because 1 minute into the match, there was a DQ. They didn't even want a match. They just used the numbers game to their advantage. So Jade stood in the ring stood on the ring apron after some offense by Rhea Ripley. Michin grabbed Rhea Ripley's boot. Ripley kicked her into the stairs. B-Fab then went after her, but Ripley headbutted her down. Jade then threw Ripley into the ringside steps, and we get a disqualification. In the process, Rhea Ripley wins by DQ. So there was a 3-on-1 attack here. Ripley set up for Riptide on Jade in the ring, but B-Fab and Michin stopped that from happening. Jade gave Ripley a jaded, and that was it for the segment. A 3-on-1 attack, and they all stood over Rhea Ripley's defeated corpse. here on Friday Night SmackDown. Chat, did this do anything for you? As far as excitement goes, did this add any level of excitement to the Rhea vs. Jade Women's Championship match at WrestleMania? I'm going to say the answer is no. No. I don't know where we're going with this. I don't know what we're doing. You know, they put B-Fab and Michin with Jade in some sort of makeshift baddies group. They're not calling them the baddies, but that's what people are going to make as a correlation because Jade had her baddies in AEW. She had Layla Gray and she had, what's her name? Red Velvet. So, Rhea has no friends. Zero friends. Jordynne Grace is out with an injury, and everybody else is off doing their own thing. She has no friends whatsoever. And then I said, with the Solid Monster on Tuesday Night Titans last week, or I said it this week, I could see Bianca Belair making a return at WrestleMania to help Rhea Ripley. Because Bianca and Jade was the original plan, we were to assume, for WrestleMania. And then when we saw Bianca not show up in the Rumble and then no chamber, it's like, all right, well, where are they going? Clearly, Bianca's not going to be a part of the WrestleMania plans. Where are they going? The next best option for us was Charlotte Flair. That was the original second best plan, in my opinion. Jade even thought that Charlotte was going to win the Elimination Chamber and she was going to get Charlotte at WrestleMania and not Rhea Ripley. WWE switched it up. They wanted Rhea Ripley, who's in the advertisements for WrestleMania, in a marquee match. So, she's got no friends. So we get this news today. This is coming from bodyslam.net and their Patreon. Bianca Belair has begun training for a WWE return. Bianca Belair has begun light training and is working towards an in-ring return, says bodyslam.net. Though no confirmed return date has been established at this time. Now, she's been absent since WrestleMania 41, where she suffered a finger and knuckle injury during her match against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. The injury did not heal as hoped, ultimately requiring surgery earlier this year. She made a brief non-competitive appearance as a special guest referee at Evolution in 2005 during Jade Cargill versus Naomi, but that outing represented the extent of her on-screen presence during her recovery period. The report from bodyslam.net indicates Belair is now taking the first steps towards returning to active competition, with a return described as coming sooner or later, depending on how the recovery continues to progress. The injury also impacted, like I mentioned, WWE's creative plans for WrestleMania 42. Bianca Belair had originally been targeted to face Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship in Las Vegas, which would have been a high-profile match between the two, and it was destined to be a WrestleMania match because the first woman that they paired Jade up with was Bianca. With Bianca not recovered in time, WWE pivoted to booking Cargill versus Rhea instead, a match that will now serve as the Women's Championship match in Las Vegas. I do not think Rhea Ripley is going to win the championship. I don't. I think it's going to be more of what you saw here. I would be shocked if Rhea Ripley won the championship right now. Shocked. It's not her championship to win. Do I think she stays on Friday Night SmackDown? Yes. Because Monday Night Raw is stacked with talent. I wish that they would do that division a lot better, but they got much more talent than Friday Night SmackDown has. So if you have Jade, and you have Mia Yim, and B-Fab, who don't really add much to anything, but they are with Jade now, Rhea, she's going to need backup. That backup is going to come in the form of Bianca Belair. And as a third, hopefully she's not seriously injured, I could see Jordynne Grace being slotted in there as well, because God only knows they need to resuscitate whatever the fuck they've done with Jordynne Grace on Friday night. She looked and sounded awful. The presentation for her was not good. I could see those three women battling Jade, Mia Yim, and B-Fab when they all get back. But I could absolutely see, and I'm predicting right now, that Bianca Belair will be at WrestleMania. 1 year to the event. Makes sense to me. The original plan was Bianca and Jade. Rhea's got no backup. Bianca and Rhea have some sort of soft history with each other. They've been very competitive over the course of their WWE career. So why not? I see Bianca showing up at WrestleMania. I think WWE is saving that moment for WrestleMania. Kit Wilson. He told The Miz he's unstoppable with him in his corner. Miz held up his shoe, and he showed Kit Wilson that he had stepped in gum. The fucking worst when you step in a fucking wad of gum without knowing. It's awful. He told Kit he can do it all alone. Miz says he's going to go in a room without sharp objects and take notes. Kit said him stepping in gum is not a result of Danhausen's curse. Miz is going on to explain that his phone fell in a toilet and he believes that Danhausen has cursed him. All these bad things are happening around him. He says there's no disinfectant. Do you know how bad that is? There's no disinfectant here in Pittsburgh. It's disgusting. He almost turns around and walks into a light post. He walks away. As soon as he walks away, Danhausen standing next to Kit Wilson, and he told Wilson that he had machismo. He had great suits. What is it about you that Miz sees in you, but he doesn't see in me? Kit Wilson says, I'm good looking, and I look the part. Danhausen, he was standing there, and Kit Wilson was about to say, you are, and he was stopped. Danhausen says, whoa, you are cursed. So Wilson laughed him off. He turned the other way. He turns back to look at Danhausen, and Danhausen's not there. Okay. You are cursed. Did Danhausen curse SmackDown, says Billy. Yes. I would assume yes. Kathy Kelly interviewed Drew McIntyre. She asked if it was smart for him to be here tonight. I'm going to say the answer is no. There's nothing to do with Jacob Fatu. Drew says he can still feel the glass in his hand from ripping off the windshield from last week. Says he has he's in no condition to fight. He said if Jacob Fatu wants to start something, he is going to finish it. When a man has nothing to lose, that's when he's most dangerous. That is true. We go from Drew McIntyre to Kit Wilson versus Jelly Roll. Does anybody know why this actually took place? You know, you would assume that if you have some sort of celebrity appearance, that it would be building to something, I don't know, during WrestleMania season, it would take place at WrestleMania. Like, legitimately, why do we have Kit Wilson versus Jelly Roll on Friday Night SmackDown? I've been trying to ask myself this question for 2 weeks now. So they had to get some promo time in before the actual bell rang. Wilson said that Jelly crossed the line last week, so he had to defend his mother. Kit Wilson He starts reciting some more slam poetry. He reads these lines and none of it's entertaining whatsoever. Jelly yells at the referee, ring the bell, it's time to go. Jelly took a cheap shot from Wilson before the bell rang. Wilson missed a drop kick. This allowed Jelly to drop a leg in between Wilson's, private parts. He then attempted his own bionic elbow. Looked like he was studying some Dusty. Wilson stopped his bionic elbow. Okay, Wilson tried to skin the cat here. Jelly clotheslined him out of the ring with a very nice-looking lariat. Wilson, he tries to take advantage by using his poetry book as a distraction, which allowed to hit his running uppercut to Jelly Roll in the corner. Wilson had control of the match, and he starts putting the boots to Jelly, starts taunting him in the corner. Wilson threw Jelly into the corner, and he looked like he was going to run for that big uppercut again. Jelly Roll dodged, and Wilson was in the clutches of Jelly Roll, and Jelly hit a jelly-to-belly suplex. That's what they called it. I'm not calling it that. That's what they called it. They called his belly-to-belly the jelly-to-belly. So they get back up. They're trading shots left and right, back and forth. Jelly hits his dusty bionic elbow. He then attempted a chokeslam. Kit Wilson countered that. Wilson tried to jump on the top rope. He was caught in a power slam, not very good looking, by Jelly. So the referee is focused on Kit Wilson. Jelly goes into Wilson's corner and he grabs his poetry book and he takes a swing at Kit Wilson with the poetry book. So Wilson got him in his finish, which he calls the tourniquet, for a near fall. So Wilson went for another finish. Jelly reversed it with an Irish whip, and then he hit his big chokeslam. The chokeslam from hell by Jelly Roll. 1, 2, 3, and Jelly Roll defeated Kit Wilson clean. 1, 2, 3. After the match, Jelly Roll went into the front row, grabbed his son, and walked up the aisleway with his son with absolutely nothing that followed this in any meaningful manner whatsoever. No Miz, no Danhausen, no Royce Keys. That's been rumored. Remember those rumors from last week? Oh, but this is going to start the introduction to Royce Keys. They're going to use Jelly Roll to introduce Royce Keys, the former Powerhouse Hobbs, to Friday Night SmackDown. And they're going to coin the phrase and the tag team name of Rolls Royce. Remember that? I don't. What purpose did this serve? Friday Night SmackDown is at subhuman levels right now on Friday night, and you want to give me Jelly Roll on Friday Night SmackDown against Kit Wilson. Bro, if that doesn't signify to you, and I can't wait for all the fucking elitists out there to tell me, oh, well, this is what WWE is about, Jade. It's about celebrity appearance. This is about good business, Jade. Bro, I urge you greatly to shut the fuck up and tell me some story. Do you know what's going to get people coming out to the venue and wanting to spend money? Do you know what's going to get people on social media to start reacting to your shows in a positive way? Do you know what people want to see on this show? Story. That's what they want to see. What did this serve? What purpose did this serve here? They followed nothing up. They introduced nobody. Miz apparently is running around frayed because he's cursed from Danhausen. And we got Kit Wilson reading more shitty poetry. Someone get Kit Wilson a fucking Cannibal Corpse album, sit him in a fucking corner, and tell him how to be a real man. Oh, but we need our celebrity friends, Jade. Solo Sikoa. He was giving a pep talk to the MFTs. Maybe the writing team should be giving a pep talk to the MFTs, telling them, you know what, guys, this ain't working. We're moving on. He wanted to apologize for how he acted last week towards them as he talked about how Roman Reigns would never apologize. He thinks he's a better leader than Roman Reigns is now. So he's looking at Tama Tonga while saying all of this and pep talking the MFTs. We don't know if this means Tama Tonga is going to leave the MFTs or if they're going to break Tama Tonga away from the MFTs. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. To be quite honest with you, I don't care about none of these men. None. Carmelo Hayes. After the MFTs all walk away, Tama Tonga remains. Carmelo Hayes walks up to Tama Tonga. And he said, weren't you the one eyeing my title? Whenever you want it, you got it. You know where to find me. Shinsuke Nakamura then walks on in after Carmelo Hayes leaves. He appeared next to Tama again, asked him if he was good. Tama Tonga comes on in, towering over both. Are we good? And then Tama Tonga says, as he's looking at Nakamura, yeah, we're good. And then they walk away. Carmelo Hayes has yet another open challenge. This time it was against Sami Zayn. So Carmelo Hayes runs through the entire SmackDown roster and now is tasked with starting all over again with the guy that started it all. He started the open challenge, Sami Zayn. So, Zayn's out there. Melo's out there. Trick Williams. They had to get Trick Williams his entrance tonight because they love to aura farm. Trick Williams comes on out. Everybody in the PPG Paints Arena. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. He's sitting by ringside to get a closer look at this United States Championship match. Now, you know, when you sit by commentary, more than likely that individual's getting involved. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting. This is very interesting. So, the match itself was fine. Good stuff here from both. Hayes is great. Hayes is putting together quietly a Wrestler of the Year resume for 2026. Maybe the Wrestler of the Year on Friday night. Could be very well the Pro Wrestler of the Year in WWE. With the amount of performance he's put in so far already this year. He's been great. Sami is great. Some people don't like Sami Zayn. I don't really give a shit. Sami Zayn is always great. He never has a bad match. So things start out. Zayn is attacking quickly right at the top against Carmelo. Big clothesline down. Zayn is in control. Chops to Hayes' chest. Melo's fighting back. He gets a little bit of momentum with a springboard clothesline and then a springboard leg drop. And we go right into a commercial break. So we come back from the commercial break. Hayes tried to remain in control of Sami. Sami eventually clotheslined him to the outside. Now, Zayn hits this beautiful dive over the top rope, man. He took out Carmelo, and he landed hard on the outside. Over the top rope, he does that signature dive that he does over the top rope, but usually he does it aisleway side. He did it commentary side, and he landed very hard on the outside, right in front of the commentary desk. Zayn, he throws Melo back into the ring. He leapt from the top rope. Carmelo intercepts him with a drop kick. He goes for recovery, gets a 2 count. So Hayes, he continues the offense. He tried for first 48. Zayn caught Hayes and slammed him with I think it was a Blue Thunder Bomb. So he hit a Blue Thunder Bomb off the first 48 block, and he goes for a 2 count, near fall. So Hayes in the corner. Zayn looking for the haluva kick. Hayes moved out of the way. He then finds himself on the top rope. Zayn hits a superplex. Both guys are down. We go into a second commercial break, picture-in-picture. We come back from the break. Zayn hits a sunset flip powerbomb on Hayes. 2 count. Hayes fights back, starts elbowing Sami in the face. Big super kick by Carmelo. Hayes ran at Sami in the corner. He was caught by a exploder suplex. Zayn had Hayes lined up for the haluva kick, but he doesn't connect with it. Carmelo got him in a first 48 instead. 2 count only. Hayes couldn't believe it. He thought he had the match won. At this point, Trick Williams gets up from his seat. He starts pacing around. So Hayes goes up to the top rope. He was looking for his finish. He was looking for nothing but net. Zayn reversed that into a Blue Thunder Bomb. 1, 2, and Hayes kicked out of the Blue Thunder Bomb. So Trick Williams, he gets up. He goes and grabs the United States Championship. And he wanted to give it to Sami Zayn. Now, I don't know why he wanted to give it to Sami Zayn. Maybe he felt bad for Sami Zayn. Maybe he felt like, I got a WrestleMania match. I think Sami deserves one. So he wanted to help Sami win the match here. So he hands the title to Sami Zayn. With the referee distracted, Williams, instead of knocking Sami out, he knocked Carmelo out. It looked like he was going to hit Sami, but he knocked Carmelo out instead, which led to Sami taking advantage of this situation, delivers the haluva kick, 1, 2, 3, and Sami Zayn ends the reign of Carmelo Hayes and wins the United States Championship. Now I have questions. When the match was over, first of all, let me backtrack to what we saw earlier. Trick Williams got a WrestleMania match. He was going to be at WrestleMania. Now, we all assumed that it would be Trick Williams and Sami Zayn one-on-one, because that's exactly what they've been setting up. They've been going back and forth for a few weeks now. Trick Williams actually, he came out to out-promo Sami Zayn on his first night. First guy he got involved with Sami Zayn, which is a great thing. That's the type of guy you want to start your main roster runoff with, a guy like Sami Zayn. Week after week after week, they've been throwing cheap shots at one another. Trick has said some nasty things to Sami, and Sami's gotten frustrated with Trick. So we all thought that was going to be the match for WrestleMania. So now he wins the United States Championship. But looking at what happened tonight, looking at what transpired in the match, Trick Williams accidentally hit Carmelo and cost Melo the title. So my initial thought was, all right, we're getting Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, and Sami Zayn in a triple threat match for the United States Championship. You want to add a fourth and throw Ilya Dragunov in there. Make it a fatal four-way. By all means, add another one to the party. But if we stick with Melo, Sami, and Trick Williams, you could realistically have a sleeper match WrestleMania weekend on your hands. Could be a banger match. So we go from originally thinking Trick and Sami. Now Sami wins the title. Trick hits Carmelo by accident. Melo loses. Sami's the new champion. We're now looking at a triple threat match. Right after this segment, Sami was all smiles backstage. He goes up to Nick Aldis and talked about him. What do you think about that, Nick? Now, did I earn a WrestleMania match? You talked about prime real estate and championships needing to be defended. What am I doing with the United States Championship or WrestleMania? Nick Aldis announced that he would be going one-on-one with Trick Williams with the United States Championship on the line. So Sami and Trick Williams is the United States Championship match at WrestleMania. Now, I have to ask, chat. Is WWE that stupid? Could they be that stupid to take the belt off of Carmelo Hayes and not feature him at WrestleMania? Guy has proven himself ever since he won the championship, has had banger match after banger match. Wrestler of the Year coming off Friday Night SmackDown. And then you don't feature him at WrestleMania? Are they that stupid? Chat unanimously says yes. I agree with you, chat. I agree. Now, my second question. Why did we need Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams for the United States Championship when Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams one-on-one would have sufficed by itself, non-title, no title involved? Did Sami Zayn and Trick Williams need the United States Championship? That's my second question. Chat, did Sami Zayn and Trick Williams need the United States Championship? I don't think it needed it. You've been building these two guys up that have a problem with each other, I don't know, since January? Chat says unanimously, no, it did not need the United States title. So, let me get this straight. If your entire idea is to get Trick Williams at WrestleMania in a big WrestleMania match, winning the United States Championship, why didn't we just go Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes? You do realize that it was right there. It was a slam dunk, wide open, nobody in the paint, fucking right there, bro. Right there. I don't get it. I don't get it. If you wanted Trick to beat the United States champion, why didn't you have him beat Carmelo Hayes at WrestleMania? Now, but we got to get Sami Zayn on the card. We got to get Sami Zayn on the card, JD. What do we do with Sami Zayn? Easy. WWE, they gave us Melo and Dragunov last week. Why didn't they save that story for the next 20 days to build up and build some momentum and get things progressed? Why didn't they give us Melo versus Dragunov and Sami versus Trick? That would have solved everybody's problems, and that would have gotten everybody on the WrestleMania card. Correct? But if WWE is smart and their week-to-week television actually means something, then because of tonight's happening with Trick hitting Melo, costing Melo the championship, you would assume that Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes will happen next week on Friday Night SmackDown. Something will happen there. Melo will get a win by clean victory or some sort of fuck finish. He will earn his way back into a rematch. I mean, he don't even need to beat Trick Williams. He should get a championship match regardless because he got fucked out of the championship. My point is, you either do Trick Williams or Carmelo Hayes in a match next week, or you just add Melo over the next 2 weeks. We still have 2 weeks. They could come up with this decision. Make the triple threat match official. Melo, Trick, and Sami Zayn. My point is, there is absolutely no reason why you're leaving Carmelo Hayes off the WrestleMania card. Not one single reason. And don't tell me, oh, well, Jade, he just got married, Jade. Him and Kalani Jordan gotta go on their honeymoon, Jade, from NY. Kalani already came out and dumbed down the rumors that they are not married officially yet. The pictures that you saw floating around on social media were engagement photos. They did not have the wedding yet. Which I don't know why people meddle in these superstars' lives. It's fucking weird, bro. It's super weird. Like, legitimately. Like, people are fucking, like, weird people, bizarre people, bro. All in their personal life. Know the name of their first fucking pet. Its favorite food, their television show. I mean, bro, man, get a fucking life, man. Seriously. So, no, they are not married. Carmelo's not going on his honeymoon with his lovely bride-to-be. None of that is happening. So, no, Melo is not missing WrestleMania. If Melo wanted WrestleMania, I think Kalani would say, you know what, honey? Go do WrestleMania. We can take our honeymoon after WrestleMania, man. It doesn't gotta be now. MJF still hasn't gone on his fucking honeymoon. He got married. When? Come on now. Sami versus Melo versus Trick is the way if that's what they are doing. WWE figured, well, we want to do Trick and Melo because that's a great match. They got history. We've been building Trick and Sami. Let's get all three involved. Triple threat. And we get a little bit of both. Now, what do we do with Dragunov? I could say the same thing about Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov's been back. He's killed it. Guy's been a fucking monster. He's a beast. What is Dragunov going to do at WrestleMania? Are we looking at Dragunov? There's really nowhere else for him to go on Friday Night SmackDown. What does Dragunov do at WrestleMania? Is Dragunov and Gunther more now of a realistic possibility than it was when this idea came about a couple of weeks ago? Could we be looking at Dragunov versus Gunther? Now, Gunther, he hasn't been on TV for 3 weeks. He hasn't been seen for 3 weeks. He's taking the John Cena character of You Can't See Me and making it his own. Do we do Gunther and Dragunov? According to reports, Braun Breaker is at the Performance Center looking for clearance. So we may be looking at Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. Rey Mysterio, I haven't heard a fucking thing about Rey Mysterio, who was supposed to wrestle Gunther. So WWE's got 2 matches now that are hanging in the balance due to injury. It'd be funny if WWE said, fuck it, none of these matches are happening. Let's do Rollins versus Gunther at WrestleMania because both of them don't have an opponent and we can't leave both of them off the card if they're ready and cleared to go. So let's throw them in one match together. Can you imagine that? Dragunov versus Gunther and Rollins versus Breaker. If Rollins and Breaker happens and Gunther's left without an opponent and Rey Mysterio can't go, bro, there is absolutely no reason why you can't have Dragunov show up on Monday. Look at Adam Pearce in the face and say, I need to prove myself. And be upfront with everybody. Where's Gunther? Him and I have a history. You can go back to the days of NXT UK where they battled each other. He's the one that truly tested Gunther to begin with. I got to go back to my roots. It's like going to the fucking dungeon. I got to do it. Gunther will beat sense into him. Bro, it's so easy to tell. Nobody's going to give a shit that it's 2 weeks. Nobody. Book it. Can you imagine a WrestleMania card? Sami, Carmelo, and Trick. And then Rollins and Breakker is on after the injury scare. And then Gunther versus Dragunov. Cody versus Randy. Punk versus Reigns. And then whatever else, Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu, and whatever else is booked and planned. Their WrestleMania idea should be taking these ideas and making them reality. How do we make WrestleMania the best card that we have with what we have readily available right now? What are you paying these people for? You're paying these people to come with ideas to work around the unfortunate situations of injury and things that you can't control. How are fans booking your show better than the actual people making 7 figures running this fucking company? It's unbelievable to me. WWE Creative will fail. Well, they have failed many times, but, I mean, you can put the fucking stamp of failure all over that writing team if they intentionally leave Carmelo Hayes off the WrestleMania card. Telling you right now. Out of everything that we've seen this week, next week, I will be paying the closest attention to what they do with Carmelo Hayes. If they leave this kid off the WrestleMania card, every fucking one in that writing room should be fucking fired. Fired! Jacob Fatu. He calls out Drew McIntyre. Kathy Kelly caught up with Jacob Fatu and said he didn't want to talk to Kathy Kelly, but out of respect, I'm going to go to the ring and I want to speak to everybody live in Pittsburgh in the ring. So Fatu comes on out. He talked about being busted open, having cracked ribs. He said, it's all due to Drew. What the hell? What the hell's wrong with you? You try to take me out? What? You end my career? What? You try to take food off my kid's table? What? You can't keep me down? What? You threw me off the side of the building. That won't keep me down. What? That's legitimately what happened. You did all that, but I'm still standing. I'm still here. He said as long as he has air in his lungs every week, he's going to dog walk his punk ass. Drew McIntyre's music played. He comes out to the stage. He's also bandaged and limping. Drew eyed Fatu and said Fatu is playing the victim, but he's not the victim. He said Fatu is straight guilty because he's a damn criminal. He says he committed the crime and he did the time, but since then he stole his title and WrestleMania and everything else from him. Drew said the food he accuses him of taking off his family's table is his food. He told Fatu he meant this from the bottom of his heart. Screw your damn kids. They should have definitely used an F-bomb here and just bleeped it out. Fuck them kids. Fatu made his way out of the ring and he tried to go limp up to the aisleway where Drew McIntyre was. All this came out and he told everybody to stay in place. He says it's obvious to him neither of them are in any condition to fight tonight. but he has a feeling they will be ready to fight on April 18th. Did we just get the first confirmation of a match, not a main event, that will be on WrestleMania April 18th? He says they have some liabilities to themselves and in the company. He says there will be no DQs, no countouts, and the ref will only be there to count the pinfall or call a submission. Their match will now be an unsanctioned match at WrestleMania. You know, I heard today on social media that supposedly we were going to get an announcement with Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu for WrestleMania, and it would be contested inside a Hell in the Cell. So according to Self-Made, who? Exactly. According to Self-Made, the report comes in wake of the SmackDown brawl between the two that spilled far outside the ring onto the side of the building, where they ended last week's show by falling off said side of the building, and the show went off the air. So, Ibu of Self-Made says, and I quote, sources close to the situation indicate that Drew McIntyre vs. Jacob Fatu is expected to take place at WrestleMania 42, with the match likely set to be contested inside a Hell in a Cell. Well, if it's unsanctioned, that doesn't mean it's inside Hell in a Cell. So clearly somebody fed them wrong information, and they were wrong again. That's now 2 times in the last 2 weeks that they've been wrong. And I need to urge you guys to stop listening to the dirt sheets. Or people who think that they are dirt sheets or think they are journalists who want to be journalists. But to be a journalist, you'd actually have to get things right once in a while. I mean, I can call myself a journalist too. I've gotten more right than I've gotten wrong, but I don't call my fucking self a journalist. I'm a YouTube content creator. I'm a podcaster first. I don't want to be in the line of journalism. Now, to be fair, there is 2 weeks. They could still announce a Hell in a Cell match. But the fact that they announced this match already, it would be stupid. Like, you made the official announcement of Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. Like, if you wanted to make the match and announce the match, announcing it inside Hell in a Cell would have been great. And quite honestly, the feud calls for something like that. WrestleMania needs something like that. Why didn't we go that route? Now, again, to be fair, there is 2 weeks. They could still alter it in some way, change it in some way. Unsanctioned gives way to Hell in a Cell match. Even the unsanctioned match isn't enough to contain these 2 guys. Maybe that's what they're hoping out for. I don't know. But we didn't get any Hell in a Cell match tonight. We didn't get any announcement of Hell in a Cell match. Kind of disappointed there. Stop listening to the dirt sheets. 90% of who you see operating as journalists, they peddle a narrative. They peddle things that they are clearly in favor of over the other. They clearly peddle their garbage to appease one side over the other. Oh, by the way, I gotta throw this out there. This is just one of those JD at the free throw lines swish. You do realize that Fightful Select spoiled Sami Zayn winning the United States Championship tonight. I even have it queued up here. This came from Fightful Select. Do they have times? Let's see if they have times on Fightful Select as my website's loading up here. Yes, 6 hours ago. Please navigate away if you wish to avoid spoilers. Again, do not proceed if you want to avoid spoilers. WrestleVotes on Fightful Select has learned that the plan for tonight's SmackDown is for Sami Zayn to win the United States Championship. You know, people confronted Sap with this on social media today. People are not stupid. They approached Sap on social media saying, well, you spoil this, but every time there's something that's happening or someone's coming back or something this, something that on AEW television, you seemingly go incognito and you go silent. You seem to disappear like fucking Batman in the night. Sap's reply tonight, well, Sap's excuse was tonight, I didn't report that. I'm at a convention in Indianapolis with the other fake reactors. WrestleVotes actually reported that. I had nothing to do with that news today. Really? WrestleVotes reported it. Who put it on Fightful? Who does WrestleVotes work for? Who put it behind the paywall in a written story behind Fightful Select? The next time AEW has a planned title change or a planned debut and you don't hear about it, I want you to open your fucking eyes to the wrestling media where they pick and choose what they want to report, what they want to spoil, and what they don't want to spoil. Not one single one of them mentioned Edge and Christian coming back, Will Ospreay coming back, Ronda Rousey showing up. Not one of them. Oh, but I'm at a convention in Indianapolis. I don't have anything to do with that. Like he doesn't own the fucking company. Like he doesn't run Fightful Select. Fuck out of here. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Jesus Christ, if you're going to be consistent with your fucking reporting, be consistent with your reporting. But Tony Khan, all he's got to do is DM Sap. Hey, yeah, listen, man, I don't need your report on this, man. I want you to keep this hush-hush. Keep this one quiet, man. We want everybody to surprise. We want everybody to find out. Surprise him tonight. Sure thing. Sure thing. Oh, my goodness. Street Fighter says they didn't mention MJF returning on a taped show on a 7-hour delay. Ding, 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 ding. All they need to do is get the word from Tony Khan. Nope, 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 nope. And then they fall in line like good little toy soldiers. We got to do what Tony Khan says. We can't say anything. Sami Zayn's winning the United States title, man. Everybody's got to know it. Shout it from the fucking rooftops. Sami Zayn's winning the United States title. Jelly Roll. He gave Cardona a pep talk backstage. He said Cody Rhodes is on his way. Nice of the WWE champion to finally show up to work. Jelly Roll says he was praying for him. He left. Zelina Vega, who had these ridiculously long fingernails. Aleister Black, Zelina. Zelina said, imagine picking a fight. You know you can't win. Just to fix your damn ego. Black said something here. I don't even know what he said. Does anybody know what Black said? He had a couple of words here. He laughed with Zelina, and Cardona was left asking, what the hell does that mean? Your guess is as good as mine, bro. I didn't even fucking hear what he said. Tiffany Stratton. She's backstage. She walked by Chelsea Green, who rolled up to her. She said they got off on the wrong foot. Ha ha! You get it? Foot. She's got a broken foot? Yeah, sure. Green offered to work with her. She said it would be wise. You know, I was a former United States champion twice. So Tiffany said, all right, you won the United States title twice, but you also lost it twice. So thanks, but no thanks. Tiffany Stratton versus Julia. This was a non-title match that was scheduled to be a United States Championship match, but WWE changed their minds in the week leading up to Friday Night SmackDown. This was pretty fucking terrible. This was terrible. If this is what we're getting at WrestleMania, I would prefer them not even do it. Honestly. You could not ask for a more heatless match. And then they're going to wonder, well, why does nobody care about it? Well, why the fuck is it even happening? This is the quintessential, let's get everyone on the card for the sake of getting everyone on the card. That's what this is. Tiffany countered Julia, landed a rolling senton. James then finds her way, Kiana James, that is, finds her way on the ringside steps. Tiffany was going for the prettiest moonsault ever. So she got distracted by looking at Kiana, which, I mean, is not a difficult thing to do. I mean, you look at Kiana, you're going to get distracted. I mean, I don't blame her. But she's up there, she's looking at Kiana. She went for the prettiest moonsault ever. Julia lifted her knees, and she scored a roll-up off the prettiest moonsault ever. And Julia pins Tiffany Stratton. It was certainly tacky time in Pittsburgh. They cut to Bayley and Lyra leaving the building. Kathy Kelly approached them and asked what brought them to SmackDown. Bayley said they wanted to let them know they're going after the tag team titles. Didn't you say that on Monday? Chat, didn't they mention that on Monday? She said the whole tag team division is on notice and they will win at MSG on Monday. No. No, Bayley and Lyra are not winning. Randy Orton was on the phone with a mystery man. I don't know if this mystery man is going to show up on the road to WrestleMania, at WrestleMania. Cardona fucked things up because Randy Orton was talking about the mystery man earlier in the show, and Cardona interrupted him, and then we never heard about the mystery phone call again. Randy Orton said, it's nice to talk to you. I will see you soon. When soon? You got to give us a hint. Is soon next week? Is soon on the Go Home show? Is soon at WrestleMania? When soon? Randy Orton versus Matt Cardona. This was the main event. They built this, obviously coming out of last week with the pilmanizing of his arm. And then obviously the Cody situation, him targeting Cody's friend here. So the bell rang at 10:41. I'm like, all right, this match ain't going 20 minutes. No reason for it to go 20 minutes. So Cardona had his wrist in a cast because they broke his arm or his wrist last week. Orton took it to Cardona. Cardona used his cast as a weapon. Barrett's claiming that it should be illegal. Nick Aldis gave him the match, so why would it be illegal? Orton dropped Cardona on the outside on the announce desk. He threw a chair, one of the commentator chairs aside, and he starts ramming Cardona's wrist on the desk. He takes that front portion of the desk with the SmackDown logo on it. He puts Cardona's wrist underneath that. He's standing on top of the desk. He stomps it down. Orton's beating Cardona up in the ring, at ringside, in the aisleway. He threw him back into the ring. He threw him shoulder first into the ring post when he got back in the ring. He's bending his wrist and stomping on his wrist. Bro, you could not pen a proper or more proper burial here for Matt Cardona. The guy basically got like 2% offense and 98% of an ass kicking. RKO. Thank God it was over. 1, 2, 3. Fans are chanting one more time, one more time. Randy Orton wins in about 7 minutes. So the referee's in the ring, holds Randy Orton's hand in the air. All of a sudden, Randy slowly looks at the big screen as Cody Rhodes' American Nightmare tour bus rolls on into the parking lot. So, Jelly Roll is in the back as Cody walks into the arena. He had a few words for him. He blew right past Jelly Roll, and they cut to a picture-in-picture break. So as soon as Cody gets there, as soon as the bus gets there and Cody steps off the bus, they go into a picture-in-picture commercial. They go into a picture-in-picture commercial at 10:50. They come back at like 10:53. Randy Orton's still in the ring. He's waiting. Cody is, and I mean taking a leisurely walk all through the building. There's no sense of urgency. There's no him running to the ring. There's no him with fucking red in his eyes, wanting bloodshed, wanting revenge, wanting to fucking maim and murder Randy Orton for what he did to him. He's out for a leisurely stroll. So Cody comes out. They even played this guy's theme. They played his theme because that's the cool thing to do in WWE. You got to get the fans to sing along like it's fucking American Idol. Cody's not doing none of his entrance. He's not doing the whoa. He's not none of that. They play this guy's theme. Fans are singing along. He's out there. He's flanked by Aldis and officials and referees and agents and all these other fucking people. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him, he says. So Aldis ushers him to ringside. Cody gets into the ring, onto the ring apron. Orton was standing in the ring already. They stared each other down. Cody charged at him right away and starts punching away at Orton. Orton took one swing and then rolled to the floor. Cody went after him. Security stops him almost immediately. Orton swung a chair at Cody. Cody blocked it and hit Orton with another fist. Cody, he starts digging his thumbs into Randy's eyes. Orton again tries to run away with all his producers and security getting in between the ringside. Cody went after Orton again and threw him into the ring post and then back into the ring. So we got security officials now getting in the ring and they're pulling Cody off of Randy and they're separating these guys. Cody, of course, in these big pull-apart brawls, they got to get away from the officials and they leap at the other guy. So he leaped at Randy Orton in the other corner. So after, again, they were separated, Orton breaks free, attack Cody. We got to allow Randy chant. Orton beats up some security who took some bumps over the announce desk. Orton's throwing these guys one by one over the announce desk. Cody then went back after Orton, punishing him on the announce desk. So he stood tall here, people are cheering. He starts gouging at Randy Orton's eyes again. Cody then gets back into the ring. Orton rolled into the ring as well. They kept fighting. Then they were separated again. Jelly Roll all of a sudden comes on out. Now we got Cody in one corner, Randy in another corner. Jelly Roll comes on out. He tries to talk to Randy. He goes and says something to Randy. Randy's like, oh, get away from me. You and your fucking therapy sessions, get away from me. He goes over to Cody Rhodes And it was telegraphed. You saw, like, Jelly Roll just standing. He was like a deer in headlights. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He tried to say something to Cody Rhodes, and Cody was like, yeah, I want to listen to you. I just want to fight. So Randy breaks free. He goes over to Jelly Roll. He kicks him below the belt. He delivers an RKO, a shitty RKO, but an RKO nonetheless. He left the ring. He smiled. And Tessitore ends the show saying a Viper strike on Jelly Roll. And that's the way the show went off the air. With Jelly Roll down, Cody Rhodes attending to Jelly Roll. Bro, are we going to get Jelly Roll involved in the fucking night one main event? Are we really going to get involved with another celebrity appearance for a WrestleMania main event? Tread very carefully, please. Bro, this was one of the worst pull-apart brawls in recent memory. This was the lamest ending to SmackDown that I've seen in months. One of the lamest pull-apart brawls I've ever seen. So slow, and they fight and people cheer. They get pulled apart, people boo. Jelly Roll's out there. And it's like, all right, I laughed when he got RKO'd. It was a terrible RKO because he took the bump fucking awful, but he finally got what was coming to him. After sticking his nose in Randy's business now 2 weeks in a row, you knew that RKO was coming. This show sucks. In every sense of the word, this show sucks. There was literally nothing, and I mean nothing, redeeming about this show at all outside of a Carmelo Hayes and Sami Zayn match that we've seen already twice. And the US Open Challenge needs to die. Nothing redeeming about this show whatsoever. At all. Thank you guys for joining me on this Friday night. We're going to get into these super chats, hang out for a little bit, and then I'm going to get on out of here. Before I do that, I got to give this guy his... We got my guy Jay Solstice with a $100 super chat. My guy Solstice coming in big. Thank you, Solstice. It's been a minute since I caught a live, but just wanted to say congrats on the new show with the coach. Really dig the format. Love the back and forth. Keep bringing that energy. Cheers, brother. Look at this guy. Love it. Thank you, Solstice. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. And thank you guys for a great stream tonight. If you did enjoy tonight's stream, please make sure you hit that thumbs up. Helps us out tremendously. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Continue to get those super chats in. And please check out my sponsor for tonight's show, SeatGeek. Download the SeatGeek app. Use that promo code JD from NY10 and get 10% off your next purchase. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. JD OTS, how's everyone? Let's go. Yeah. Lauren with a 43 months. JD, how are you doing? I'm doing good, Lauren. I'm doing good. I watched SmackDown last week, and Randy Orton was once again the best part of the show. Babyface entrance and heel tactics. He's great. SmackDown viewership went up last week and the week before. Yeah, it seemingly feels like all of wrestling viewership is up lately, because they changed something the way the ratings are coming in. But that doesn't mean the shows are good. That doesn't mean the shows are good at all. The shows are awful. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a $5 super chat. Randy had a beet red Freddy Krueger look while yelling at Nick Aldis. This is the Viper we need. Hopefully that Viper wins the WWE title at WrestleMania. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. The bird models, LOL. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a $20 super chat. WWE Women's Champ, Io, Asuka, Bayley, Tiffany, and now Jade. Name one who outshines World Heavy. The WWE Women's title has shit booking for years. The Intercontinental Championship has done more. Thank you, Becky Hogan. The IC title is more of a bigger deal than both women's championships combined. Obviously, all of their reigns were pretty terrible. WWE does not know how to handle a women's championship title reign. Michael Krause, he says, this show is cursed, LOL. JD, favorite group, MFT. Let's go. Yeah. No, I will never admit that, Michael. Also, he says, that's my food, LOL. Cornell Bryant with a $4.99. Spoiler, Jelly Roll is the guy Randy's been on the phone with. He's the voice. No. Fast Eddie with a $4.99. Boring, he says. Yes. Michelle with a 2. I wouldn't mind if Cody and Randy were in Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. That may be the announcement. Billy with a 44 months. JD, my man, happy Friday. OTS family, SmackDown is boring. Have a great weekend to the GOAT, JD from New York 206. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate you, brother. Ha! Look at this guy in the chat. Queasy blonde fake reactor. Oh my God, man. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy, man. Phil Illuminati with a $5 super chat. I was genuinely hoping for a fight fire with fire scenario, and Cody punts Randy. Nothing, bro. Nothing. Nothing. They had a video game simulation pull-apart brawl that amounted to nothing. Tay-Tay with a $4.99. Watch TNA Sacrifice instead. That show was no better. Wishing Steve Macklin a speedy recovery. What happened to Steve Macklin? What happened to Steve Macklin? He got hurt? Sounds like another LOL TNA moment, huh? Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Boring! LOL. Just Google it. Street Fighter with a $10 super chat. JD, I got an idea. Can we get a boring emote? We might need one. We got to get a whole line of boring merch. Concussion. Oh boy. Yeah, I hope he's all right. Illuminati with a $2 super chat. Say boring louder so Triple H hears it. Bro, I can't yell it any louder. Kanan with an 8 months. So glad I've not been watching wrestling lately. Not looking forward to WrestleMania, but a tradition we do for the wife's birthday. You rock. Thank you, Kanan. I appreciate it. Jay Gordo with a $5 super chat. Happy Friday night, JD. Do you do music requests? If you do, it's okay. You can play some Slave to Master by Alter Bridge. I cannot, bro. Unless you want me to get a copyright strike, I cannot. Otherwise, I would. Illuminati with a $10 super chat. If I was Cody, I wouldn't be on SmackDown either. I genuinely had an aneurysm when they played 8 goddamn commercials back to back to back. Michael Krause with the $2 Super Chat. Commercial, new era. Commercial, LOL. Lenin with a 50 in Mexican pesos. Want to know the worst part? Bookers are probably congratulating each other backstage for an awesome show ending tonight. They are the most clueless of everybody that's out there. Dad Bowie with a 199. Ah, it's such good shit, pal. Sidro, thank you for the recommitment. Dad Bowie with a 499. Heel or face, year after year, they still do it for Roman. Every year in the main event, it makes me sick to my stomach. Bro, that Roman on, who was he on? What late night show was he on? Bro, he sounded terrible. Like, bro, that reminded me, I don't know, who was he with? It wasn't Jimmy Kimmel. Who was he with? Bro, he sounded like Big Dog Roman. Like, bro, at that point, don't even cut a promo. Seriously. Dark One with 9 months. What's good, JD? SmackDown sucked. How are the kiddies doing? Everybody's good, Dark One. Everybody's good. Freddy's good. My little baby Ivy's good. Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, he was on Jimmy Fallon, yeah. Like Big Dog Roman on Jimmy Fallon. Sidro with 42 months. What do you call a Chinese man with an amputated leg? Taiwan Shu. What rock group has 4 guys that don't sing? Mount Rushmore. P.S. No car for a week. Oh, man. Bro, it was so nice yesterday. I cleaned the Mustang outside and inside, man. The OG Mustang. God, it felt good. I need a body shop. I got to get the fucking car buffed out. Scratches all over the fucking car because of the snow and the ice. I got to get some work done before the summer, man. Stephen Beatty with a $2 Super Chat. Brawl definitely didn't go as someone had visioned. Cake with a 47 months. WWE has taken the air out of the once named granddaddy of them all because bitch-made Levesque can't tell his top talent to get it together. It's not good right now. Especially on Fridays. Monday's a little bit better, but Fridays is just fucking terrible. Zero Kaibo, 47 months. Melo was on a roll these past few months just to get shafted right before Mania. I love Sami as well, but Melo deserved to be champ going into WrestleMania. I agree. They want Trick to win the United States title. That's what they want. Tone C with 37 months, drinking a Hogarden. You know, it's actually pronounced Hogarden. It's spelled Hogarden, but it's pronounced Hogarden. Drinking a Hogarden beer. Going to see my favorite band, Black Label Society, Saturday. Have a good time, brother. Sidro with a $5 Super Chat. What do tofu and a dildo have in common? Both are meat substitutes. And my book on poltergeists is a massive hit. The books are flying off the shelves. Thank you, Sidro. Mac Daddy with a 2. Last segment was the lamest shit I have ever seen. That shit was lame. Fucking lame, bro. Lennon with a 20. Is it possible it's Ted DiBiase Jr.? No, you guys are just fucking... Man, you guys are living in a fantasy realm. No. Cesar with a super chat. Hi, JD. Hi, JD. Thanks for introducing us to so many banger tracks. I was curious, what's your favorite Iron Maiden track? Mine is Fear of the Dark. I don't have a favorite Iron Maiden track. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't listen to Iron Maiden. I'm more of a Judas Priest guy. And obviously, if you ask me that question, you got to go Painkiller. Just to throw one out there, I was a fan of Brave New World by Iron Maiden. The Wicker Man is a great track. Blood Brothers, track number 2 is a great track. James Gender with a $4.99. There's a video of Ted DiBiase Jr. on the phone and it says 19, and the person he's with says April 19th, book it. Then DiBiase says Vegas. Bro, he's working it. He's trying to gain some publicity after he got cleared of charges of tax fraud and tax evasion. Come on now. Lennon with a super chat. King of the Jobbers. Yes, that is Matt Cardona now. He went from King of the Indies to King of the Jobbers. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. WWE needed a talent enhancement. Or WWE needs a talented enhancement talent to fill the void Dolph Ziggler left. Seems like they found it in Matt Cardona. Dude deserves better. Yeah. But there is only one Nick Nemeth. And Nick Nemeth is fucking great. Tyrus with a 1999 just came back from SmackDown mid-show overall, in my opinion. A couple of things I learned. Trick is over as fuck, and nobody cares about any women besides Rhea and Carmelo. Better be on WrestleMania. He deserves it. All factual information, Tyrus. Thank you for the in real-time updates on a terrible SmackDown. Street Fighter with a $5 super chat. Respectfully, no one gives a fuck about the women's tag team titles. Nobody. And if they do, they are lying to you. Denoya with a new membership and a $10 super chat. Hey, JD, how you been, Oos? It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Me, I'm doing okay. Moving to Trenton, Georgia to be with my girl. She said hi, by the way. Said she will subscribe to you. Love you, Oos. Well, thank you, brother. Give my best to the lady. Hope you are well. Lauren with it too. Do you think there'll be a run-in for Orton and Cody? No. Well, maybe whoever this fucking individual is on the phone. I don't know. Maybe. 009.5 with a super chat. What the fuck is a Wheezy? Chad always says this Wheezy jabroni mentioned you. I say, fuck him, JD. What you do here is nothing compared to what anyone else does in the community. OTS is the best. I don't know. What's a Wheezy? It's me when I need my Afrin and I can't breathe at night. I start wheezing. Eric M. with a $20 super chat. I know wrestling has been bad before, but this shit is different across the board. Both WWE and AEW are just brutal garbage now. Creatively bankrupt, joyless shit. Neither Tool Tony or Hopeless Hunter deserve their jobs. Bro, they are awful. Whatever they are doing now, it is fucking awful. Dynamite has been awful the last 2 weeks. I don't believe the ratings are what they are. Genuinely. NM with a $5 super chat. Called it 2 weeks ago. Knew Cody's lame ass would do something to cool all this down. Roman and Punk carrying everyone back on their bandwagon. Well, tonight didn't do anything to get us excited about what's to come, I'll tell you that. Street Fighter with a $10 super chat. We went from Rio versus The Judgment Day at Saturday night's main event with Stephanie returning to finger snaps, yes, queen, and Nia drawing cock on commentary notes. They've lost the plot, JD. What exactly is she drawing, Street Fighter? She's drawing cock? The fuck does that mean, bro? Joker Face with a 9.9 tonight. JD, I would recommend you binge watch Game of Thrones next. It's an amazing show. The Sopranos is great, but it's kind of a less interesting Breaking Bad. Also, what the fuck was that new Exodus album? That new Exodus album was terrible, bro. I'll never listen to it again. There's not one redeeming track off that album that I will willingly go and listen to. Game of Thrones will probably be the next, yes. Cornell with a 199. Royce Keys lied. He's older than Punk. Denoya with a $10 super chat. Happy heavenly birthday to my cousin Umaga. By the way, I love you, Us. I miss you. Wish you was here. I'm right here, bro. I'm right here. Street Fighter with a $5 super chat. I have a hunch that they had Melo drop the title to punish him for saying the US Open Challenge should end. Can't have creative looking bad. Well, they can go fucking kick rocks if that's the case. Arvin with a super chat. How possible will Ted DiBiase Jr. be at WrestleMania? Zero. Major Emotions with a 199. Where are all the Danhausen curses leading us to? Well, clearly it's cursing Friday Night SmackDown to becoming a worse and worse program every single week. So it's working somewhere. Royce Keys is not 49 years old. Shnamtra with a super chat. SmackDown is on life support. Hashtag OTS for life. Bro, it's dead. I pulled the plug. It's dead. Keith Smith with a 7 months. I'm okay with people being invested with their personal lives if it's on their social. It's when it becomes real and they're showing up at the house. It's all fucking weird, Keith. It's all weird. I love Alter Bridge. I love Mark Tremonti and Miles Kennedy. I have no fucking idea what their wives' names are. I don't know what their kids' names are. I don't know where they live, where they reside, what their interests are, what they do for fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner, what time they take a shit. I don't give a fuck. All I know is that they create music, and I'm a fan of their music. That's where it ends. Same thing when it comes to pro wrestling. I don't care to meddle in these people's lives. I talk about it, and I leave it at that. And if you don't like it, fuck off. Cake with a $2 super chat. Gunther and Mello are off Mania, but Jelly Roll isn't. Yeah, that needs to change fucking quick. Queasy blonde fake reactor with a 199. What? Illuminati with a $2 super chat. The cell match I'm sensing is for Cody and Randy. So we're going to add Cody and Randy inside Hell in a Cell. You know, typically when we start a feud, the Hell in a Cell should not be the first match in a series of matches. Just saying. Lennon with a super chat. Ambulance match to write Highlander off TV. Bro, according to Nick LoPiccolo, shout out to Nick, he said Drew is not missing any TV. Yo, Adrian with a 199. Ibu be fantasy booking and calling it reports. I like Ibu. I think Ibu's intelligent. It's the rest of the fucking people he works with that are fucking complete dog shit amateurs at what they do. Awful. They can't even be bothered to invest in a fucking cheap Elgato mic. They're fucking speaking into their iPhones to conduct podcasts with a $5 curtain that they could buy at IKEA in the background. Some of the people there actually celebrated my demise from House of Glory commentary. What happened? You don't win. That's what happens. Queasy Blonde Fake reacted with a 199. I resemble that comment. What? Lennon with a super chat. JD. Frightful has reported dozens of results from AW matches, man. And Sap wasn't the only one to spoil tonight's news. JD from NY307. Lennon also says Cody should have run to the ring like Goldberg seeking revenge against the NWO. Bro, he should have done something. If he wanted to go walk with Brandy after dinner to work off the calories he just consumed, that's a different story. But Randy left him bloodied. Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. Jelly Roll is going to cost Orton the title. No. My guy Triple M. Bro, I miss you, bro. $5 super chat. All right, I need to know, ZP or Mark Hudson? I love them both, but I prefer Mark. Always, or anyways, have a good weekend. Mark Hudson, when he first joined Dragon Force, I instantly fell in love with him. ZP's great, but ZP's old now. I listened to ZP re-record some weird version of Through the Fire and Flames, and he does not sound anywhere close to what he used to sound. Mark Hudson legitimately is that talented as a vocalist. Like, go YouTube his first audition with Dragon Force. Like, there's a live in-studio recording of him recording, I think, Holding On, the first track off the first album that he recorded. Bro, there's not many people that could hold a note that like that. Or raise their voice like 4 or 5 different octaves above his normal voice. They've also fallen off, too. Dragon Force isn't the same. I mean, they're making this hokey fucking forced garbage now. They've lost all their magic, too. They're not the same. Yeah, I'll be back on Destiny for sure. I got to finish my season pass. So I'll be back on. We have enough time. It's coming out in June. I'll be back on around late April, May. Clone Force with the 23 months. My old coworker I was cool with all of a sudden had switched me since his New York Yankees lost World Series against my Dodgers and made fun that I had autism. Fuck him. Well, if he's making fun of you that you had autism, then he can fucking fuck off too from me. Thank you, Clone Force. Caden with a 199. No message. Furious with a 499. What's up, JD? SmackDown was boring tonight, and I believe with the Raw side, with the WrestleMania build, it's night and day, especially with what's on the Raw side. Bro, both shows are operating at fucking safe speeds in the right lane. There's no sense of urgency. Marshall D with a 499. Tekla, Jesse. Tekla. Side of the Ham with a 199. Why does Tony hoard talent and not use them? Because Tony is a toy collector. I don't know what else to tell you. Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. Have you ever watched Dexter? If not, you should. No. Ready for Raw in Madison Square Garden. Got my OTS sign ready too, says Furious Nation with a 199. I look forward to it, bro. I look forward to it. Joseph Taylor, $5 super chat. Mini Portable will be at the House of Glory show next month. I feel so bad for you, JD. Well, if she is, I'll buy her a shot of tequila to enjoy the show with. I'm not as incriminating, as vile as these people think I am. Come one, come all. I welcome you. Fuck it. I don't even drink tequila. I'll have a shot at tequila with her. And I'll buy one for her boyfriend, too. I'm not as vile as everybody thinks I am. I'm actually quite introverted. And I'm quite cool, calm, and collected in person. I don't really like to associate with anybody. I don't even talk to Solid Monster at the fucking show. Well, I'm lying there. I do, but very laid back, man. I'm all business. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. Been here long enough, man. 3 hours of SmackDown and then fucking 2 hours and 40 minutes for you guys. Holy shit. No tequila for me, man. No. I sniff it and I want to vomit. It does not agree with me. My guy Baydala, he's another story. He loves the tequila. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for all your support. If you guys enjoyed the show tonight, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below, turn on the bell for notifications, and go check out SeatGeek, you fucking geek. Download the app. JD from NY10 is your promo code, 10% off your next concert-going experience. Alter Bridge is coming to Long Island in May, Atlantic City in May. I'll be at both. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. Until then, more news. I got you covered this week and right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.